Good morning, students. In the previous lecture of the thermodynamics, we discussed about what is internal energy, right? We come to know that internal energy is the addition of all the energy present in the system, okay? And symbol of internal energy will be U. Now, how many methods are there to change internal energy? The first method was exchange of heat. First method was exchange of heat. If we exchange the heat from the system, internal energy is going to be changed. Second method was exchange of work, okay? And the third method was exchange of matter. These three particular things can affect system. So, internal energy will be affected by heat. Heat has a symbol Q. Remember that. Work has a symbol W. And matter. Okay. Matter means amount. So, N. These three things can affect internal energy. Okay. Now we are going to study single cases and how it is going to affect internal energy. As a first case, we are going to understand effect of the work on the internal energy. Effect of the work on the internal energy. Let's do this. Effect of work on the internal energy. Okay. Now, before we start, let me tell you that first examine the change in internal energy by doing work. We are going to exchange work. Matter and heat will not be exchanged. So, matter and work, heat cannot be exchanged. So, in our case, so case number 1, okay, case for work. So, case number 1 has W which is not equal to 0, okay, whereas Q in the sense heat exchange delta Q will be 0 and matter exchange, so delta N will be also 0, okay. This type of system is known as a adiabatic system. Remember that. We take a system containing some quantity of water in the thermos flask or in the insulated beaker. It would not allow exchange of heat between the system and the surrounding through the boundary, and we call this system as a adiabatic system. A system where exchange of heat is not possible but work can be done is known as a adiabatic system. Again, definition of adiabatic system. System cannot exchange heat with the surrounding but work can be done. That type of system is known as a adiabatic system. Okay, clear? Now, the manner in which the state of such a system may be changed will be called adiabatic process. If the system got any changes in the state, it will be known as a adiabatic process. Adiabatic process is a process in which there is no transfer of heat between the system and surrounding, but there is a work. Okay. Here, wall separating the system and surrounding is called adiabatic wall. Okay. Look at this. This is our surrounding. This is our surrounding. Okay. This is our system. Now, these are adiabatic walls. Okay, these are adiabatic walls. Now matter cannot be exchanged as I told you, so delta n will be 0, and energy cannot be exchanged, sorry, heat cannot be exchanged, energy can be exchanged by doing work. So exchange of heat delta Q will be also 0. That's why change in internal energy will be equal to the amount of work done, because Q is equal to 0. So it is known as a work adiabatic. Okay, U will be equal to work adiabatic. Let us call a initial stage of a system as a state A, and the temperature of the system is TA. Let the internal energy of the system in a state A be called internal energy UA. We can change the state of a system in two different ways. Okay, first way number 1, we do some mechanical work. Say 1 kilojoule of the mechanical work is done by rotating a small set of pedals and thereby churning the water. Okay, look at this. For example, this is our thermos. Okay, this is much more like thermos. This is our thermos and I have water inside it. I am using pedal. Here pedals are there with the thermos. So as the pedal rotates, the water is going to be churned inside the thermos and work will be experienced by water. Okay, how much amount of work? 1 kilojoule amount of work will be done. Let the new state be called B state after the work. So temperature will be TB and its internal energy will be UB. Okay. Now obviously, because the work has been done, the temperature TB will be more than temperature TA. That's why change in temperature will be equal to final minus initial. So TB minus TA. Okay. Now internal energy of the system will be UB. So change in internal energy will be equal to final minus initial. Okay. Now second way. Now we do equal amount of work as a electrical work with the help of immersion rod and note down the temperature change. Suppose TB is the temperature change, so TB will be more than TA because it is a final after the work. So change in temperature delta TA will be equal to TB minus TA. In the fact, the experiment in the above manner were done by J.P. Joule between 1840 to 1850, and he was able to show that given amount of work done on the system, no matter how it was done, produced the same change in the state as measured in the change in the temperature of the system. Okay. What was the purpose over here? A very quiet and a simple purpose was there. That was, if we do any kind of work on the system, on an adiabatic system actually, doesn't matter how we do the work, amount of work will be matters. Okay? You pedal it, you do electrical work, doesn't matter. Way is not reason over here. It is independent from the way we are doing work. It only depends on the amount of work. It does not depend on the way of the work. Okay? Because in both the ways, we provide same amount of work energy, 1 kilojoule. So the change in temperature was also same, and because of that change in internal energy will be also same. So it seems appropriate to define quantity, the internal energy U, whose value is characterized by state of the system, whereby adiabatic work was WAD, required to bring the change in the system of state is equal to the difference between the value of u. That's why delta u will be equal to work adiabatic, as I told you. Okay, why delta u is equal to w ad? Because it is independent of V. Okay, so the amount of work done on the system will be equal to the change in internal energy. Okay, we know that. Okay, here we studied that. Look at this. If work is done on the system or done by the system, it can change internal energy. So right now delta Q, the heat exchange was 0, matter exchange was 0. So internal energy can be only changed by work. And J.P. Joule said that work is independent of path, so doesn't matter how we do the work, only matters how much amount of work has been done. So internal energy change will be equal to the work done on the system. That's why delta U will be equal to work adiabatic. Therefore internal energy U of the system is a state function. What is the state function? State functions are independent of the path, and path functions are depending on the path. Okay, by convention of International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry in the chemical thermodynamics, a positive sign expressed work positive when work is done on the system and internal energy of the system increases. Similarly, if work is done by the system, W will be negative and internal energy decreases. Okay, let's see this. Case 1. Okay. Okay, W will be plus when W will be plus if work is done on the system. Work is done on the system. So surrounding is doing the work, not the system. So energy of the system increases. That's why delta U will be positive. Change in internal energy will be positive because internal energy increases. Now when work will be negative? When work is done by the system. System is doing work. If system is doing work, system is going to lose the energy. That's why delta U will be negative because internal energy decreases. Okay. If work is done by the system, then work will be negative because internal energy decreases and change in internal energy will be negative. If work is done on the system, work will be positive because internal energy increases and change in internal energy will be positive. That was our case number 1. Okay. Now let's discuss about case number 2. Okay. Our case number 2. Second case. Okay. In the first case, we used work. Okay. Now we are going to use heat. But before we start that, there is some explanation over here. So let's discuss this. Can you name some other familiar state functions? Some of other familiar state functions are volume, pressure and temperature. Okay, how many state functions are there? You can see that pressure is a state function, volume is a state function, temperature is a state function, internal energy is the state function, and amount will be also a state function. Okay. If we bring change in temperature of the system from 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius, the change in temperature will be 10 degrees Celsius. Whether we go straight up to 35 degrees Celsius or we cool the system few degrees and then we heat it. Doesn't matter, because temperature is state function. It is path independent. It does not depend on the path. So the change in temperature is independent of the route taken, as well as volume of water is in the pond. It is a state function because the change in volume of its water is independent of the route by which water is filled in the pond, either by the rain or the tube well. Okay. As well as pressure is also a state function. Doesn't matter how you are going to increase or decrease the pressure, it only depends on the amount. Okay. Now our second method, or you can say second point. Okay, in the first point we discussed about the work. Now we are going to use heat as a internal energy. Okay, so case 2, change in heat will not be equal to 0, whereas work will be equal to 0. We are not doing any type of work, and change in amount will be also 0. Okay. So we can also change the internal energy of the system by transfer of heat from the surrounding to the system or system to the surrounding without expenditure of the work. So work will be 0, as they said. It is a closed system. Okay, that was adiabatic system. This exchange of energy, which is result of temperature difference, is called heat. Okay, exchange of energy which result of temperature difference is called heat. Symbol will be Q. Remember that. What is heat? If you exchange the energy and there is a change in temperature, then that change in the energy is known as a change in the heat, and the symbol is Q. Let us consider bringing about the same change in the temperature, same as the first way and the second way before this section, by transferring the heat through the thermal conducting walls instead of adiabatic walls. Now we are not doing work, we are directly exchanging the heat from surrounding to the system. Okay, we take water at a temperature TA in a container having thermally conducting walls. So now the wall are prepared from copper or aluminum. Okay, it is conducting and made up of copper, as I said, and enclose it in a huge heat reservoir of a temperature. So temperature becomes TB. I increased temperature by giving energy. The heat absorbed by the system, Q, can be measured in terms of temperature difference, TB minus TA. So now change in internal energy will be equal to Q. Okay, you can say QW. Why? Because W is equal to 0. Okay, let me make a change over here. It is delta U, not U. Okay, change in internal energy. Now when Q will be positive and when Q will be negative. By convention of IUPAC in the chemical thermodynamics, Q is positive when heat is transferred from surrounding to the system. If system absorbs heat, Q will be positive and internal energy of the system increases. Okay, so Q will be positive when heat is absorbed by system and internal energy increases. That's why change in internal energy will be positive. Okay, and opposite of that, Q is negative when heat is transferred from system to surrounding, resulting in decrease in the internal energy of the system. Okay. If system release heat to the surrounding, system releases heat, so Q will be negative. When system releases heat, then Q will be negative and internal energy decreases. That's why change in internal energy will be negative. Okay. Okay, they have stated some star over here. Okay, that star belongs to, okay, where is the star? Okay, extra information. Okay, earlier negative sign was assigned when work is done on the system. Look at this. Earlier negative sign was assigned when work is done on the system and positive sign when work is done by the system. This is still followed in the physics books, although IUPAC has recommended the use of the new sign convention. Okay, look at this. When work is done on the system, W will be positive, and when work is done by the system, W will be negative. Look at over here. First, negative sign was there, work done on the system, but now it is changed. So, be prepared. Physics will use opposite signs, okay, which is wrong by new rules. Okay, chemistry follows the new updated rule of the IUPAC, whereas physics still use old rules. That's why the sign of the work will be opposite than the chemistry. So, physics, thermodynamics, please let it be in the physics only. Do not apply thermodynamics of physics in the chemistry textbook, because there is a different sign convention between chemistry and physics. Okay, sign convention of chemistry is, as I told you, if work done on the system, W will be plus, whereas in the physics it is minus. So remember that. And if work done by the system, W will be negative. So we have two different cases. In the one case, Q was 0, and on the second case, W was 0. Now case number 3. Now we are going to talk about case number 3. Okay, case number 3. In the third case, case number 3, W is not equal to 0 and Q is also not equal to 0. In the sense, case 1 plus case 2, we are going to talk about both the cases simultaneously, and change in amount is 0. We are not going to change the amount. Okay, so closed system will be there. Now change in internal energy will be equal to change in heat plus change in work. This is our first law of thermodynamics. This is first law of thermodynamics. Okay, look at this. General case, in the sense Q and W both are not equal to 0. Okay, let us consider a general case in which a change in the state is brought by both work and transfer of heat. That's why delta U will be equal to Q plus W. Okay, for a given change in the state, Q and W can be vary depending on the how the change is carried out. Okay, however, Q plus W equal to delta U will depend only on the initial and the final stage. Remember that it only depends on the initial stage and the final stage. In the sense, initial work, final work, initial heat, final heat, initial internal energy, final internal energy. No other steps are included. plus it is a state function, that's why it is independent of the path or the way it is carried out. So if there is a no transfer of energy as a heat or as a work, it is called isolated system. So W is equal to 0 and Q is equal to 0, then delta U will be also equal to 0. So change of internal energy will be 0. Okay. Now the most important thing, remember that I am saying most important thing, isolated system and adiabatic system. What is the difference between these two? In the isolated system, Q is equal to 0, no exchange of heat. Okay, this is common. In adiabatic system, exchange of heat is not possible, so Q will be equal to 0. In isolated system, matter cannot be exchanged. Okay, in adiabatic system, matter cannot be exchanged, so change in matter will be also 0, delta will be there. In isolated system, work done on the system is 0 or done by the system is 0, but in adiabatic system we are going to change energy by work. So work can be done on the system and work can be done by the system. That's why in isolated system change in internal energy will be equal to 0. Why? Because Q is 0 and W is 0. But in work adiabatic, change in internal energy will be equal to work adiabatic. So that is the difference between adiabatic system and isolated system. Remember that. Okay. Internal energy is not 0. Remember that internal energy is not 0. Change in internal energy is 0. Final stage and initial stage change is 0. Okay. Internal energy remains constant. Change in internal energy is 0. Okay. Look at this. The equation 6.1 is called mathematical statement of first law of thermodynamics. Okay. And a statement is the energy of the isolated system is constant. As I told you, internal energy of isolated system will be constant. Okay. It is commonly stated as a law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created, neither be destroyed. Okay. Now, internal energy cannot be 0. Change in internal energy can be 0. Okay. So, there is a considerable difference between the character of the thermodynamic property, energy, and that of the mechanical properties such as volume. There is a difference between volume and the energy. Okay. Volume can be measured, but internal energy cannot be measured. Change in internal energy can be measured. We cannot calculate precise internal energy of any system. We cannot measure precise internal energy, but we can measure change in internal energy. Remember what I am saying. U cannot be measured, but delta U can be measured by above formula. Whereas volume, we can measure volume. We can measure change in volume. V is measurable, delta V is measurable, whereas U is not measurable, but delta U is measurable. We can specify an unambiguous or absolute value of the volume of the system in a particular state, but we cannot find out the absolute value of the internal energy. However, we can measure only the change of the internal energy. So delta U of the system can be measured, but U cannot be measured. Okay. Now they have given us three particular situations. No heat is absorbed by the system from the surrounding, but work is done on the system. So no heat, no heat, no heat. Look at this, our case number 1, no heat, no heat. So delta U is 0. Okay. Work done on the system, work done on the system. So W will be plus. So this will be the answer. Okay. What type of wall does the system have? Adiabatic walls. That was the case of adiabatic, right? Case number 1. Okay. Look at the answer. Delta U will be equal to work adiabatic. Wall is adiabatic, as I told you. Okay. Now, no work is done on the system. No work is done on the system. W will be 0. Q amount of heat is taken out of the system. System is releasing heat. Look at this. System is releasing heat. So delta U will be equal to minus Q. Okay. Look at this. Delta U is equal to minus Q and thermally conducting walls. A W amount of work is done by the system. By the system. So W will be minus. And Q amount of heat is supplied on system. So system absorb Q amount. So Q will be plus, W will be minus. So delta U will be equal to Q minus W. And it is a closed system because exchange of matter is not possible. Okay. So in this lecture we discussed about the first law of the thermodynamics. Thank you so much. We will continue the chapter in the next lecture.